Hello, what is up, guys? And welcome back to the ZeroGainz Podcast. We got Zero here, Gains there. We have a lot of confetti for some reason, and we have a special guest today for the first time. For the first time ever, we have a guest. It's Patrick from LoreCanaduo. Woo! How's it
What's up,
going?
guys? What's up,
Um,
Heroes of Games?
yeah, we
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we have a special episode with the first ever guest. You get to say you're the first ever, aren't you? Special. That's awesome.
Oh,
But
that is special.
oh, hey, yeah. Oh, there's my dog too. There's another
Woof
special
woof.
guest.
Another guy.
I
Another
think she's
special
going to bed.
guest.
Yeah, it's all too early for us right now. She's going back to bed. But hey, what's going on? Yeah, we are. What is this? Episode 9 or something. So having a good time. You so yeah, we normally record kind of early. So today is Sunday. Normally we record on like Thursdays, so like we miss a lot of what happens over the weekend for the next episode. So I feel like we're always like behind a little bit. But yeah, uh the last weekend, so the one before this, we had the first tournaments of Fabled basically that were happening. We had SSG had their big tournament going on, but you guys had one too. You had the 6K that Alvin, you were mentioning in our last episode too. So we're going to talk about it a bit because you guys were both there. And Patrick is our special guest because he ran all the way up to top 4 like a madman. And that's pretty awesome. So yeah, we're going to have a little conversation about it. But yeah, I mean, this is you guys aren't strangers to giant tournaments. You guys have been to DLCs. You guys have been to LCQ. We were all at LCQ, so not a stranger to that. But you do, yeah. I mean, this was just like one of the first big ones of this set. So yeah, how did you guys feel? Let's start, Patrick. How did you feel going into this?
Yeah, man. This was one of the first big tournaments that was not like a Ravensburger tournament, not a DLC or an
Mm-hmm.
LCQ that I've ever participated in. So this is 180 players in Anaheim at the Anaheim Convention Center. I was not super confident going into it. It's a new meta, new format, rotation, and leading up to it, I tried out a whole bunch of different decks. And I actually was not going to lean on Blurple unless we got the Dumbos. And
Oh yeah.
luckily, our store opened some cases and had a playset of Dumbos ready for us. So we snagged those, and I sleeved up Blurple the night before the tournament
That's
and just ran with it.
crazy. No, yeah, I was gonna mention. I was like, oh, look who came to the dark side. Cause yeah, you're known for Emerald Amethyst, and then when I saw you on stream with the Blurple, I was like, oh, what a pleasant surprise! Look at this. But
Yeah,
yeah.
Blurple is not my typical deck. I actually never played it in the past sets. The only time I sleeved it up was for the triple deck at
Mm-hmm.
Gen Con. And I took Blurple because I only really wanted to play Ruby Emerald and then have Amber Steel as my side deck. And Blurple was just the leftover color. So that's why I sleeved that up for the
That is
first time.
so funny. That's kind of crazy, actually. Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
realize you guys or you were playing Ruby Emerald there, but yeah, that's crazy. Oh yeah, yeah, because we were there at Gen Con together too. I guess we can talk about that a little bit later, but um,
It
yeah,
moved up in Patrick's tier list, man.
that's
Yeah.
Blurple is the main. So how do you feel about Blurple, Patrick? Do you feel like that's something you want to keep maining in competitive? Because it's super competitive. It's been crushing the tournaments. And like how we're seeing during these tournaments over the weekend, like Inc. and CCS, like they are undeniably the one of the best decks. Like how do you feel about it here? Like right now and going forward, are you gonna stick with it or are you gonna
Yeah.
keep
It's
repping it?
still a super strong deck. It's still topping and getting top placements throughout the tournaments this weekend. And even last weekend, if it didn't win a tournament, it was majority of top 8 or top 16, right?
mhm.
Mhm.
And we can expect to see that continue just because Blurple has some of the best tools in the game and the best top end. So you're going to see a lot of it going forward. But for me, I want to try and beat Blurple. I'm usually not the one that would be always playing the top deck of the format. I'm always trying to get under it usually with Emerald Amethyst, right? You get under Ruby Sapphire and has game into Amber Steel. But with this format, I'm gonna try to beat the best deck, which is Blurple, exploring Emerald Steel and some other color combinations like Emerald Sapphire, which is starting to gain some traction too.
Yeah, I think the Emerald Sapphire is in a really good position right now. And who knows, it might be taking the crown from Blurple. And then what do we do? What if Green Blue is the best deck? How do we
you start playing Pete's and Ursula?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Pete's are gonna come back.
And that's kind of how the meta goes, right? Like there's the best deck, people tech to beat it. Once they beat it, then that deck is the one to beat, and you just start teching different cards, and that's why the meta just kind of keeps shifting throughout the whole season, right?
Yeah, like I mean, like me personally, I'm in a weird spot too, because I'm kind of like you, Patrick, because I was also like the guy that was kind of like undercutting the best decks because I was on Blurple the whole time. But now I'm like, oh, but now Blurple's kind of been one of the best decks. So where does that put me now? But yeah, I mean, it's weird because like, so from the tournament results we saw from you guys, Blurple was like up there. There was high representation in the top 8 of both, but we didn't win either of them, right? I don't think so, because yeah, in your guys' tournament, the 6K, it ended up being they didn't even make top 2. They both got knocked out by the Emerald Dogs and Purple Steel, right? And then Purple Steel took the whole thing. And in the other tournament, it was like all Purple Steel and Blurple, but then Blurple didn't end up winning that either. So, I mean, even in the first, like, it's high representation and we're like the big boogeyman of the set, but still haven't had a winner with the deck yet. And yeah, now in this weekend, currently ongoing, since it is Sunday, we like Alvin said, we have the CCS going on, which is a 25K, and like there's a world spot on the line and stuff like that. So this is a big tournament, a lot of big names there. And not only that, we have the Inc 10K going on, and we're seeing a lot more variety in these tournaments. And we're also seeing, because Amber Steel underperformed a lot in the first weekend. Like I think we only saw one that made it like top 8 or close to top 8, but we're seeing them do a lot better now because we have like some crazy good pilots that are playing it, like Sky, and and then Green Blue is making a resurgence, which I think my team was also talking about, where it's like this deck is pretty good, we just got to figure it out. So I think it's gonna be a little crazy. Mr. LoreGainz, you were also at the 6K. What was your experience like there?
Like Patrick said, it's been a while since we attended a big tournament like this, and it was really exciting. Just like the energy, the vibes, the commotion, just having the whole team there with us, playing, checking in after every round. How'd you do? And you can just see it on their face, like, or, So it was really cool. It was really cool to just get together with everyone. And Anaheim's only an hour away. So we drove out there for the day. I went with a couple more of my teammates, and I took Blue Steel Allies because I thought it was a fun deck.
Yeah.
And this was a very competitive event. So maybe not the best choice, or maybe not the best techs. Maybe I just got paired up with some bad matchups, but I didn't make day 2. I did end up playing against 2 of my teammates, Blurple. So I did get beat by Blurple. And I beat all of my other matches, but just Blurple was very hard to get under with Blue Steel. But it was a good time, and I'm glad Patrick made it into day 2. Another one of our teammates, Matt, shout out to you, man. He also made day 2. And did Colin make day 2 as well?
Colin made day 2, and Matt did top 16.
Yeah, Matt was top 16. So cool. Yeah, so we, for our first time, I think we repped pretty well. Yeah. Right, Patrick?
I think so. Even though we didn't have our letters by our names yet, ENC, I think we still made like a good showing of our team competitively.
Oh yeah, so you guys have been kind of sprinkling that you're on a team now together, like out in the socials. So we've seen it. What's the name of your team? Is it like ENC?
Tell
What
him,
is it?
Patrick. Tell him.
Let's hear it.
ENC stands for the Emperor's New Crew.
Oh, there you go. Okay,
Oh,
ENC.
snap.
Sheesh. I like that. I love Emperor's New Crew, so I really like that name. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So you guys are like official. You guys got a roster. Is it like?
Yeah,
A lot of the
pretty much.
details, are still kind of
Yeah.
like
Okay.
we're forming it. We're putting our logo together, putting our team colors, starting to think about the jerseys, and essentially our locals team, whoever wants to be on it, wants to play competitively and get better. We're a group where we test together, we play together a lot, and try to push each other to be better players.
That's awesome. I mean, so I've been on a team for a while now. Yeah, I think you guys were talking about the vibes, and I think that's the best part of it, where you're playing a tournament and you have someone to check in on, someone to check in on you, someone to root for you, and you can root on people when you get knocked out too. So I don't know, the whole thing will change a little bit, and I don't know, it's fun. I'm sure you guys will have fun.
It is, man. It definitely is. It changes your perspective on playing Lorcana, right? Like even if you lose, you have somebody to root for. Like you have somebody like Patrick, Matt going on the day 2. So you're kind of still in it. You're kind of still in it, and it's exciting, you know? Like it's like passing the baton, like here, carry it forward, kind of thing. Yeah. So yeah, the team Emperor's New Crew is coming together. There's a lot of details, man. There's a lot of little details. It took us a while to figure out the name, to vote for the name, because we want to get everybody involved, right? Because everyone's in this together. We didn't want to do like, oh, here's the team name, here's this, here's the color, here's the jersey. Who wants to join? Because we've been wanting to do a team for a while at our locals, and this finally took initiative. We made a group on the Discord. We started talking about it, made polls to choose the name, the colors, the logo was in the works, like Patrick said. So all good stuff.
That is so cool. It's so cool, you guys. Oh, but no, that's gonna be fun. And then we're gonna have to like scrim or something. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
But no, yeah. You mentioned your teammate Matt making it. And I have to say, I think this is the the Amber Steel player, right? Because I'm a part of your Discord, so I saw him post the deck like forever ago. Oh my god, it's the funniest deck name I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But it's weird that it worked out that way, because I mean, I'll put it on screen, but yes, because he plays with Dump Truck, the Kakamora. And the Poo Pirate, so he named it what? It's like Dumpy Kaka Poo. That's so good. Yeah. Like wow.
Yeah.
But
Dumpy Kaka DK Poo.
DK. Oh yeah, and it's DK Poo. Or that's so funny,
dude. He's so funny, bro. Like he's a very punny guy. Like he has jokes for days, dude. He's hilarious. So I'm not shocked that he came up with his name.
It's so funny. But no, we saw a bit of it on stream too, and it was impressive. It was like impressively annoying, like the way he just like pings like a character to death like repeatedly. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I mean, besides the tournament, like the games itself, or like just like how did I don't know. I don't even know what I was trying to ask. It was more like I'm talking about like the people that were there, or like I don't know, the atmosphere. Did it feel like, I don't know, different, or did it feel like, because we're in a different rotation now, we're in a different like I don't know, environment, like I would feel like, but did it feel differently playing, or versus like a DLC or something?
I think it wasn't too different. I think mostly people were there to just try their best, have fun. And a lot of players are probably not sure of themselves, or not sure of the deck that they're playing at the moment. So this was the first step into the new meta, and we're all essentially taking it together and seeing what works, right? So for me, it was like a lot of Blurple mirrors, but a lot of games against Amethyst Steel also, and you could kind of tell that Amethyst Steel players would be like, oh no, not another Blurple. And if you played against Blurple, it's like, no, not another mirror. So I think after this weekend, hopefully we see a little bit more diversity. And I think I did see a few cool decks on the CCS stream. Like I
Mhm.
saw this Emerald Steel Chromacon list that I was also thinking of picking up. So going forward, I'm sure more new decks will pop up, some new threats, and the meta will change and be a lot more fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what it takes, man. Like it takes some people. I mean, obviously, people grind it out on, you know,
Oh yeah.
places.
Oh,
I'm
thank
getting
you for realizing.
online. I won't have you bleep it out this time.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, people grind it out. They play certain decks. They experiment with decks. But once you really see one of these unusual decks like do well, perform really well in big tournaments, once we're on the big screen, then I think they pick up more traction. And I think that's where, you know, the deck shows its credibility. But also, you can't just pick up a deck that's really good or pick up a deck that somebody piloted and did really well and expect to do the same. Like you need to still put the reps in, right?
Mhm.
Like whenever I see somebody play a deck on like the CCS, I want to try it out, and I always think, man, this deck is trash. It's so bad. It's because I don't know how to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that comes into play a lot of times too. And I think with the two big tournaments that just happened, Patrick mentioned the Green Steel Comic-Con. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of that and whatever else people played during that tournament, which is cool because it adds diversity and it changes the meta. It shifts the meta. People are going to have to tech in against items now. Maybe Benja makes a comeback.
Mhm.
Clarabelle is an inherent banish of items, so I think she's really good too. Plus, she's has to be in the deck for green blue because she's the shift target. So, what other decks, Patrick? What other decks do you think are going to come into play that are performing like doing well at the CCS and Ink?
I think aggro, emerald, amber. So dogs, we saw a good showing at the 6K. Sea dogs piloted by Colorless, I think,
Yes.
or
Mm-hmm.
colorblind. Um,
Yes,
so that
colorless.
deck
Yeah.
with the scrumps are that was such a cool deck list to see with the scrumps. It was really creative because nobody suspected Scrum to be a good card, but it lines up the deck really perfectly with being
Mm-hmm.
able to exert like a one cost character to reduce another character's strike for a big under the sea. And
Mm-hmm.
as the meta progresses, we'll see decks like that evolve, have some new tech, have some new surprises. And I'm really excited for Amber Emerald. I know there's other lists in that color combination that's floating around, like a Circle of Life list, which is really cool. And I hope to see that perform well. And one more list that I want to kind of call out is Ruby Amethyst evasives,
Hmm.
or even the damage slinging list. Those are really cool and has some unique mechanics to them that some people wouldn't expect.
Okay. Oh yeah. Now that you mention it, I think I saw. It's at the CCS. It was Clara Sir that was playing the Circle of Life Amber Emerald list. Man, I didn't want to talk about this deck right away, but Mr. LoreGainz, we were talking about my Revival Jam deck. That was the next thing I was working on, and it looks really
Yeah,
similar to what I had in mind. So I think we can talk about it a bit too. But I love
revival.
that people are just kind of innovating because that's what we want. That's what we need. Like we can't just have people be like, "Ooh, Blurple's super good," and then everyone just either plays Blurple or just like, "Ah," and then they like toss the table because they have to play against Blurple. But I think Amber Emerald is the first. I won't say the first, but it's like it's one of the first steps in the right direction because we see like we have the generic dogs list, which we already knew about, but then we have the innovation of the Scrump, like you mentioned, which was super good. And then this Circle of Life one also, instead, it runs the Lost in the Woods. I think that's what the card is called, right? It's the song that reduces everyone's strength. Because it's a song deck, because it's trying to sing Circle of Life, that's the way that it kind of reduces you so that Under the Sea hits you. And that's just awesome. I think, like, obviously they're not perfect right now. We don't see them winning yet, because CCS isn't even over. We don't even know if Claire's going to win or not. But the key word is yet, because this is new. This is uncharted territory, and they're figuring it out. And the colorless got really close, even though, like, this is new. He was runner-up. So we love innovation. Like, I always mention, like, one of my favorite, like, tournament runs I watched was the DLC where the Amber Amethyst player that was running the Cinderella and Fairy Godmother deck. That was one of the coolest things, and that's kind of like where I wanted to be, where it'd just be like, oh, I just like bring like a super weird deck and just like take it all. That'll be super cool. But yeah,
That's the dream, Zero. That is the dream.
that's the dream. That's your dream for sure with what you've been playing. But yeah. So we got Patrick's info, but what decks were you kind of like honed in on, Mr. LoreGainz?
So I agree with Patrick. Green Steel, Chromicon's just a really weird card to play around because there's so much to think about. And if you don't think it through on what you're going to do, Chromicon can just beat you. He can just win the game. He can take the game, get you tempo, get you stuff into your hand back like a Doc, a Pete. I don't know. I'm really high. I'm really high on it. It looks fantastic and it looks really fun. Also, I think green blue is gonna be. I don't know. I think there's gonna be more green blue.
Yeah.
Like in the meta, just because it has the removal, it has the draw with Clairbow. If you can't find the Clairbow, we have Visions to find her. And you have that crazy removal like Under the Sea, Bend to My Will, where you can just remove their whole hand into the discard. And another really fun deck that I've always enjoyed is the Mushu deck. Red Steel, I think, is such a good deck. It just doesn't get too much love. And during the 6K, there was a player who went. Was he undefeated? Patrick, was he undefeated with Red Steel?
For the first 5 rounds.
Oof.
So he was cooking. I don't know what the matchups were, but they were on a really good streak. But unfortunately, they did not make it to top 8, I think.
Okay, he made.
Did they make
though.
day 2 top 16? Do you know if they?
I think they made day 2 because like they started 5-0, and no matter what after that, you're gonna make the day 2. But after that, I'm not sure where they place.
And that's some spicy stuff, man. Red Steel, that's some spice. That's brave, honestly. Like, dude. You go to the top tables, if you see one Red Steel, you're like, props to that guy.
Dude, I want that deck to work so bad. I've also been like, I've just been playing it to see like if it can work, and I'm like, I feel like I'm almost there. I played on the Bleep website, but I just played 10 games just to see like how I could do. And I won 8 of them. I mean, they weren't like high quality games, but like I feel like there's something there. It's just like all I want when I test online or anything is like I don't even really look at the win loss. I'm just like, did the deck feel good? Did I like get stuck at some point? And I feel like I'm still getting stuck a little bit with that deck. It's just obviously it's hard, especially I think in the current like environment, if you don't have like the Amethyst draw or like a way to just kind of keep going, there's that possibility of getting stuck. So I don't know. I think we just all have to figure it out a little bit at a time. But yeah, the Red Steel's like almost there. I feel like it's almost there. Like it's rough, but just a little more changes.
Yeah. It needs somebody to win with it, right? It needs somebody to like just break it, win with it. Then everyone's gonna start playing it, and then we stop playing it because it's meta and it's. And
okay.
I'm like, okay, I'm done with this deck. I'm gonna move on to something. I'm gonna go to Blurple. No one's on Blurple.
Yeah, nobody's on it. Yeah,
that's funny, huh? It's funny how your brain works, right? Yeah, it's funny how our brain works. It's like, I know I feel that. Like if everyone's playing a certain deck, I don't want to play that deck, even if I played it before. Like it's been a while since I played Amber Steel, because that was like my baby, and I'm so sad that everyone's playing it. But I mean, I guess I can play it and maybe add my own flair, but And then I know Patrick, you've been on Green Purple. Like that's your baby. Like that's your baby. What do you think about Green Purple now in the Green Purple? Yeah. Green Purple in the meta right now.
I think it's in a weird spot where there are other decks that does what it wants to do better. So if you want to go aggro, obviously Amber Steel or Amber Emerald feels like the go-to aggro decks. And then for tempo, I think other decks like Purple Steel or even Blurple or Emerald Sapphire might do it a little bit better. The card quality for Amethyst Emerald doesn't feel as great tempo-wise, I think, because all the it has some amazing cards like Pull the Lever, Wrong Lever, but that puts you behind on tempo when you play them. And in this meta right now, I don't think you can afford to fall back on tempo a turn that early in the game. But I think it does still have some merit to it, that it can compete with Blurple and Amber Steel. But yeah, in the end, there are other decks that just does what it wants to do a little bit better.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of Amber Steel, that deck is just bananas, bonkers, and it's been doing insane this weekend. I think CCS specifically, right? Or both? I mean, both.
I think it's Ink. So right now, Ink. I was following some of the standings, and Team Maelstrom has some good showing with Amber Steel. I know Kurt Spice was undefeated in Swiss, and I think Skylar Dunce is top 8 with Amber Steel aggro, and they're both running like 4 Nalas, 4 Plutos, and 4 Tianas. So that's probably the optimized shell going forward with Nalas. I think we're going into a faster meta. I think last week people were lower on the Nalas and their deck couldn't close out fast enough. So if you push it a little bit faster, then Blurple and Amethyst Steel are probably going to struggle to keep up with the velocity of the lore that Amber Steel has.
Yeah.
A lot of LoreGainz. Dude, the Peats are coming back too. The Peats. Okay, so why the Peats, Patrick? Why do you think the Peats are coming back at full set of 4s?
You gotta expect that people are teching against or playing decks that are going to be good against Blurple now, and those decks are what's this? Emerald Sapphire. So those decks have a lot of actions like Under the Sea, Visions, Heads Held High even, or You're Welcome, Mother Knows Best. And a lot of those cards can help stop Amber Steel in his tracks. So if you throw down a Pete right before an Under the Sea, then you probably just win the game by questing out over 2 turns. Yeah. So Pete is getting a lot more value now because Emerald Sapphire is starting to creep up in meta share.
That's actually so interesting because we saw Pete's kind of die down a bit with the death of B Prep, but now Emerald Sapphire has their own form of B Prep, so it's you can actually play it like you were before, where you just like kind of drop it, but right before you want them not to board wipe you. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's like you can't get rid of their singers because they have there's not that much removal, right? Like Amber Steel just has strength, so you can't get rid of the big singers. And if you can't stop them from shifting onto their Clarabelle and singing Under the Sea, then you just slap down a Pete because they're usually shifting onto their Clarabelle by turn 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, right, with the ramp. Yeah, by turn 4. So you can play your Pete, do your shenanigans. You can also stop Blurple from playing their Into the Unknown on your Tiana, right? Like Tiana quests. If you think they're going to play, or you can just set up the board, full quest, play out your Pete, and then your dog's protected, right? Your Pluto's protected, Tiana's protected from an Into the Unknown. And then that just gives you another massive swing with your guys and for a ton of lore. So it's some scary stuff. Some really scary stuff.
Yeah, I think we saw like in your guys' tournament weekend, Amber Steel like underperformed a lot, but it was kind of just, I won't say like player error, but I think they're just still kind of trying to figure out how to go, or maybe they didn't expect like an influx of like Blurple to that degree, because like you mentioned, they're trying to go faster now. They have like full Nala, full Tiana. Yeah, the one that I think I was surprised with is like Tiana was the one that I was kind of like less copies of versus like Nala. So they're just full sending it. I think it makes sense because like if people were trying to slow down in your weekend just to like kind of keep a momentum going, that's when Blurple catches up to you, right? Like you have to win before they get a good footing, or else you'll get run over. So that's gonna be interesting. I'm very interested to see if we can keep up with that. I will say, I mean, it kind of goes both ways. Like, we see like Maelstrom doing really well this weekend, but like I'm kind of watching the games and I see like Blurple players, especially because now we're flavor of the month, right? Everyone's on it now. We see a lot of misplays, like not playing exactly like perfectly correctly, and like I've played that kind of matchup before, like before rotation, where like I'm Blurple against like Amber Steel aggro, and the like smallest misplays will just mean you lose, just because like we can't lose we can't fall behind on board because it's so hard for us to catch back up when we do. And we'll just see like really small stuff. Like I'll mention a specific play. I think I don't remember it exactly, but let me think. I'm just trying to remember the exact line, but it was just something so simple. Like the person, I don't remember who it was, but they quested the genie when it was just not the right. It might not have even been CCS. I think because there were a lot of tournaments this weekend, a lot of smaller ones. I think I saw it on a different one, but it was just like Blurple against Purple Steel. It was actually the Purple Steel player, I think, because they quested the genie. In the face of an opponent had like Basil and Genie. And then, I mean, they had a bunch of other stuff, right? But then it was something that simple. But then the opponent who was playing Blurple just went like, quest Basil, Genie takes out the Genie, and then he played the bell and then moved the damage to a Calhoun. Like, that was such a big swing. But like I would, like, I'm saying, like, in that situation, I would never quest that Genie.
You lose right there.
Yeah, you can see like all the pieces in play like against you. But like people are gonna get used to it because like it's the same thing as Rapunzel, right? People were playing around like people who can play around Rapunzel last set would make the difference against like the aggro matchup or just like Amber Steel in general. But once you get used to this like Blurple matchup where you're like, hey, I'm not gonna just like quest something so that your bell will just like murder like my entire board, like that's the thing people are gonna have to get used to. I think their brain, they're just kind of wired to just be like, oh, this looks kind of safe, like in this environment where they're not sure if it's exactly safe or not. But things are gonna change.
I like that.
Yeah,
that was the new Rapunzel.
That's but crazy. I will say like CCS and Inc, these huge profile tournaments, these are gonna be the snapshots in the meta that we want to see, because these is like so many like Maelstrom is there. I know like Zan Syed is there. Like a lot of like high profile. Really, we know they're good players. They're in there playing decks. Like Zan Syed is playing green blue. He's probably gonna make it like super far. I think when we saw him on stream, he was like 5-1 and he won. So he's like 6-1 after that. So like these players are going to be able to really show us like, hey, like this is what the meta is gonna look like. So love to see it. Love to see it. But
massive influence for sure.
Yeah, and we I was gonna bring this up at some point. We had our tier list from last week that just you and I decided based off what we were seeing. But obviously, ever since then, now we had our first ever tournament for the set, and now we have like a really big profile tournament. So I guess looking at this, how should we do it? I was gonna ask either you, Mr. LoreGainz, if you had some different changes, or should we just have Patrick look at it first and deduce if we're dumb or if we were on something here?
I like that one.
Okay.
I like that idea.
All
Yeah.
right, Patrick.
All right,
So
Patrick.
yeah, this was our tier list that we made before anything happened. Like let me just premise because so if some of these
This was like 2 weeks ago,
yeah, well it was for
right?
basically it was
Last week? Yeah.
but yeah, this is where we put stuff.
Yeah, I see it. I see
If
it.
you had to move, I mean like. What do you think? What would you have moved where?
Yeah, I'm looking at it and I'm a little bit surprised at how in the middle of it you have Ruby Steel and Ruby Sapphire, and then you put you put all the other
Good.
green decks below it, and I'm just like, that's a little topsy turvy to me. I would always put green and purple above those decks, in my opinion. But yeah, so Amber Emerald in C tier, I can see why you might have thought it wasn't, as prevalent, but after last week's showing, we could definitely see that, hey, it has a lot of game into Blurple. So if Blurple has a huge meta share, Amber Emerald is gonna feed on a Blurple field, and that's what we saw at the 6K.
I'll blame Mr.
So we
LoreGainz
could
for
probably, bump that up to
I agree
probably
with
A
that one.
tier, right?
that.
Yeah. And then I definitely, go ahead, Patrick.
You were the
Give,
one
give us,
that
give us your next
yeah,
one.
you were the one that won
Put it
the
down
rock
there.
paper scissors. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, keep going.
Yeah. Of course, the top three, that was kind of solidified early on in the preseason, and we can all agree with that.
Yeah.
And I think those will be the three pillars of the meta. And rightfully in A tier, you have Blue Steel, Blue Green, and Ruby Amethyst.
Yeah.
I think those three are perfect where they are. I think Emerald Amethyst does still have a shot to be B or like on the low A tier. But it depends on how the meta evolves. I think you could build Emerald Amethyst in a way to counter the meta. It's not, I don't think it's always going to be like a meta leader, but it's going to be like a follower where it catches up to certain decks and figures out how to beat them.
Okay.
Emerald Steel, I know we've been kind of talking it up lately, but there are certain deck builds that have been performing well, catching people off guard, and I think that has potential to be like similar to Emerald Amethyst, low A tier or high B tier.
Ooh. Okay.
All right.
And then Amber Amethyst doesn't make the list, and I think that's fine because I don't know if that will.
Yeah, we
make
kind of
it any
forgot
higher.
that one. But
Yeah. Poor Amber Amy needs some love. It's a fast deck, has purple in it, but we haven't really seen it do well.
It hits that spot where it's like other decks can do what it wants to do better, Amber Steel and Purple Steel kind of outshine where Amber Amethyst wants to be.
Yeah. Poor guy. Can't believe we forgot it. Is that bad? That bad?
Yeah.
No, I think we could definitely move Red Blue down. Honestly, like it's been.
Yes, thank you.
I put it in B.
No,
I put it in B.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I won't say it was the only thing throwing me off, but it was really hard to place things around it when it was in B tier.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing though. I don't like no one's cooking with it yet. I mean, the fact that like the better like the super good like pro players aren't playing with it might be a testament to something, but you never know. There could be like a wild like black horse coming from somewhere that you don't expect on Ruby Sapphire, and it's suddenly like, oh, super good deck now, right? So that's always a possibility. But yeah, I think at the moment, all right, so officially we can move things around on this tier list. I think I think both Ruby Sapphire and Ruby Steel might. You know what? I have faith in Ruby Steel. I don't want to knock it down a whole tier, I feel, but I think we can move the stuff from C tier up. Like is my thought. So, all right. This is what I'm thinking. I don't know if you want to agree or disagree with any of it, Mr. LoreGainz. I want to move Ruby Sapphire down to bottom of C tier, I think.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Amber Emerald, I want to move up to A tier.
That sounds right.
Yeah. And
Oh,
then
A tier.
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
And I'll move Emerald Steel and Emerald Amethyst above Ruby Steel in B tier.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of where I'm at right now. I would move Blue Steel down to bottom of A tier, I think. I think Emerald Sapphire and Ruby Amethyst are better at the moment. And I don't know. It's weird because I feel like Blue Steel has a good spot. The problem I'm seeing on streams and stuff or at these tournaments is they play the Scar gets removed, and then they're like, oh, now I'm out of cards because that was the only thing they were relying on. And
yeah.
It's
so sad that Blue Steel doesn't have the card draw without interaction, besides Doc.
Yes.
Right? Like Doc is their only out, but it is conditional, right? Because you need no cards in your hand. Same with Desperate Plan. It's also conditional. You need 0 cards in your hand.
Yep.
Or you can basically use it to mulligan your whole hand, which seems terrible because you're 1 card down and 3 ink down. But I think Blue Steel, even though I played Blue Steel, I think that was why I was so high on it, because I played Blue Steel and I like Scar and I like Allies. I think they're really cool. It's a really cool theme deck. But you're right, Scar being vulnerable to, by the time you get to your Scar, there's a few things that can happen. You can either strength it, or they can Elsa tap it, and most things are going to be able to take him out. And he is uninkable as well. So that's kind of a big bummer. We did see a Blue Steel list do very, very well during the 6K. They were not on Scar. They were on straight up, ramp, big guys. The draw was the big song Horizon, Into the Horizon.
So it's like classic
Beyond the Horizon. Yeah. It's kind of like their whole new world, right? Discard opponent's hand or discard your own, draw 3 cards. If you're against Blurple, I think they teched for Blurple, which I think was a good call.
Smart.
Because there are points where they get greedy, and there's points where they finders keepers, right? They drop a bunch of cards, and that's a really good time to discard them. But it is bad into all the other matchups. It can lose you some tempo, and most of the time you're using it to draw your own cards, right? To draw your 3 cards from singing it with one of your big guys, like the Vince, like Vince, or the Hades,
Santorini.
right? Vincenzo. Yeah.
I love that guy's name.
It's pretty epic. His mustache is epic.
Yeah. Is there any placement you kind of disagree with, or you want to move around than what I was kind of mentioning?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Official tier list.
No, I think that's legit. I think that works. And Blue Steel, I think, is above Ruby Amethyst.
You think okay? That's fair. I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
they're both pretty close in the meta. Yeah.
Yeah, I would advocate for Blue Steel too.
Okay.
They did really well in the 6K. The no Scar list. Someone also took it to the smaller tourney in San Diego yesterday, and they made top 2.
Oh,
so
nice.
Yeah, a pretty good showing. I think that was like a 64-player tournament. But it looked like they were kind of cruising through Swiss and made it all the way to the finals, losing to Blurple, unfortunately. But
yeah,
I think that matchup is pretty closer than most would think. But yeah, I think Blue Steel deserves like a good spot in A tier.
Okay.
Were they on Allies, or was it just like regular?
It was,
I guess non-allies. Were it kind of Horizon or non-ally?
Yeah, it was the Horizon list.
Traditional, I would call it traditional Blue Steel.
Yeah,
but
we call it traditional.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were maybe a little blinded by the Scar, and maybe that's not it. It makes sense.
I definitely was.
He looked really good, and he is really good. The only problem is if he doesn't stick. That's the only problem. So.
Combos, man. Combos are very fragile.
Bang, bang, bang.
And it's rough with the whole consistency thing. So
we're not gonna forget it against this time. So Amber Amethyst, where would you put it?
I would say D.
Yeah.
What do you think, Patrick?
Yeah, Unfortunately, it just does not stack up with the rest of the decks right now.
Mm.
Mhm.
Unless someone is able to crack it and figure out how to bring up its the strategy behind Amber Amethyst. Because I think other decks just do what it wants to do better, and it doesn't have its own identity. Like there's nothing that it can do that other decks can't do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I guess some points towards it that maybe help it a little bit. I didn't know that Lantern got reprinted, but that's a pretty good card for it to have, just because it makes it that it can become like a pseudo Blurple kind of build, and it also keeps
The worst
yeah,
Blurple.
because
Yeah.
we didn't lose any parts of the monster OTK strategy that we had the last set or whatever. So that's
You
still
lost a lot of you lost friends, which is
oh, that's
a little
the
huge.
draw. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah,
Is draw,
you lost the draw.
which makes it a lot
Yeah.
less consistent because it was already hard to find the pieces of it. But yeah, I mean the core strategy is still there. If you can stall long enough to last, I don't know, but yeah, no, I'm not advocating for monster OTK strategy exactly, but like the fact that
Mhm.
it has that piece and like because the thing is, if you don't play with a monster OTK, having Lantern makes you into pseudo Blurple to some respect. Not as consistent, obviously, but
Mhm.
the fact that it's there, I don't know, untested territory.
Yeah.
So
It's like you have, like, what do you get with yellow? Donald the Duck,
the
right?
duck,
Just
yeah,
the Duck for the combo.
you get the
Because
Lantern for the ramp.
you have worse ramp, right? You have the
Yeah.
uninkable ramp,
Yes.
which is Lantern. That's so bad, but it's what we got, right? It's what
It
we
can
got for
also,
Amber,
yeah. Also, the people who
and
are gonna
you,
smash items can suddenly now the Lantern's
oh
not good
my God,
because
yeah, that's right.
now if like people are
Once you
worried
get
about
animate,
Chromacon or they're worried about whatever,
uh-huh,
then suddenly
yeah,
then you're also like your
it's
ramp
so
gets busted.
fragile, dude.
It is fragile. Yeah,
Oh my God, yeah, and it doesn't have the removal. That's what it
that's the
struggles with
worst
too.
part. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like blue has Hades, has Into the
Mm.
Unknown, and yeah, red, purple, yellow has what is it called? Criminal Mind,
Yeah.
but that's only for big dudes. Maybe you add some support characters, but then you're just making the deck worse.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
Yeah. You guys are right. No. Yeah. D tier. No, I mean like yeah. Yeah, no, let's just put it down there until somebody cracks it. I think that's where it belongs.
those
So
poor yellow decks, right? Those poor yellow
that's
decks are
true.
just all the way in the bottom.
Well, yeah, then there's the one in S tier,
Yeah.
and then we're moving Amber Emerald up. So yeah, but all these Amber decks in D tier. Oh well, I mean
Mhm.
something's got to go in there, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, good showing. Grats to you guys playing. I mean, you guys got team members up into the top of a big tournament. That's good. That's the fun part about being on a team now, Mr. LoreGainz. Even if you didn't day two, it's like, oh look, I got team members there, which I've been in that spot.
Yeah.
So
No, dude, yeah, I'm like, my teammate got top 4. My teammate got top 16, so it makes me happy. Because, sometimes it's one player and sometimes it's the other player, so we just, we hype each other up.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
even if we weren't a team back in Seattle,
yeah.
but all the locals, all of our group were cheering you on, Alvin, whenever you went
Oh yeah,
on
you
stream
had a
for
big
your
crew.
yeah,
yeah.
that's right. Yeah. That was awesome. That was amazing. Yeah, everybody shows up for everyone.
Hmm.
That's gonna be fun when DLC is coming around now. We can all like I don't know
Ooh.
hang out and
Yeah.
cheer because I mean so this is gonna be we didn't really talk about this but DLC Milwaukee is coming up. Um, my first ever DLC because I haven't been to DLCs so like I know you guys were there. You guys got to cheer on each other. That'll be fun. I'll get to join you guys, but that's coming up. I don't know how you guys are feeling. I'm feeling a
Very
bit
soon.
jittery. I'll be honest.
Dude, yeah. I think we all are, right? Like, Patrick, how are you feeling about it?
No, yeah, definitely. It's always nerve-wracking to think that you're gonna go over across the country to bring a deck that you might not be so sure about.
Mhm.
and you just had to hope that you get, good matchups and good draws throughout, 2 days worth of playing. It takes a lot of mental and physical, you know, from you just to show up and do it. But it's going to be a
Mhm.
lot of fun, guys. Like, we're going to see each other. We're going to cheer each other on, no matter if we're like on different teams or uh, even if we have to play against each other at some point. We're
Oof.
still gonna cheer each other on and do our best.
Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be fun. Or alternatively, you go to a different country and you fly over a body of water, and then you leave the deck behind.
Oh yeah, we would
Yeah,
do that.
idiots.
No, yeah, that's gonna
By
be
the way, if you guys aren't, in case the viewers are like, what are they talking about? When I flew out to Australia, so it was a dual reason why I flew out to Australia. It's to do the DLC and it's to celebrate my honeymoon with my wife because we did a whole month in like New Zealand and Australia. But anyways, I flew out to Australia to compete in the DLC, and I went to a local shop just to hang out and say what's up. And I showed up, and they're like, dude, what are you doing here? And I sat down, like, I was just here to play with you guys. I'm looking through my box. I open it, and it's all steel cards. It was my steel card box, and it wasn't my deck box, like my actual deck that I was gonna play Amber Steel. I'm like, my heart dropped. And they're like, what happened? Like, I forgot my deck. I forgot my deck. I forgot my deck. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I forgot my deck. I'm on the way out here. Well, I'm gonna buy him and have him by tomorrow. Like, what?
Yeah.
And everybody, it was a different city too. It was Sydney, and they're like, "What do you need? What do you need?" And I showed them my deck, and I like screenshot Dreamborn, and they looked at it, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna send this to the group, and we're gonna try our best to have it to you in Melbourne
That's
because
crazy.
they were gonna go as well." So they all like pitched in, put a
That's
bunch of cards
crazy.
together.
I didn't even know it was
They
in a
had the
different,
deck.
like,
It was a
place.
different city. It was a different city.
That's
It was
crazy.
2 hours apart. It was a different city. So in
Wow.
Sydney is where I realized it, and then in Melbourne is where I received my deck and I played with it and I made day 2 with it. And I gave it back to them after. I did side events and I made second place in side events and I got a bunch of packs and I got a bunch of Rapunzels and I gave some of the packs to the people that helped me.
Yeah,
So
that's nice.
I kind of hooked them up there. But yeah, that was really cool of them. Like oh my god, yeah, what a
Hey
trip.
man,
But anyways, that
when you fly over this
backstory.
way, if you fly over this way, if you forget your deck, I got you this time, man. I'll build the deck for you.
Thank you, bro.
I'll be the
Thank you,
local
bro.
to build you the deck. But yeah, no, the great time. I think we've covered most everything. Thank you, Patrick, for joining us as our first ever guest. Very exciting. I really appreciate having you
Thanks for
here.
having me, guys.
And
Always good chatting you guys up.
yeah, I think we're gonna give you the honors of closing thoughts, giving us some uplifting thoughts to going into this uncertain tournament setting, I guess, where people are not sure what they're gonna be playing or what's gonna be good. But yeah, closing thoughts. What do you feel? Yeah, just wing it.
Yeah. So, I think closing thoughts for me. I'll recap a little bit on the 6K just because going into that one, I was not very confident. I did not know what deck was like going to perform really well for me. And I was running on like 4 hours of sleep each night because we were doing the
Yeah.
California Adventure quest to get the bells and the beast promos. So
Oh yeah,
we were
that's
getting up super early and I was
Dude.
sleep deprived throughout the whole tournament weekend. But as long as you're trying your best and you're leaning on to the people around you who are supporting you. Shout out Emperor's new crew, especially like Sean, Mike, Colin, Matt, Alvin, and like Jeff, everybody that was out there during the 6K weekend, cheering me up, pushing me forward, giving me all the tips I needed. And you have a good support system. I think you could still go really far. Just play to your best, play to your outs, and uh, if you have luck on your side, like I did, then you'll still go pretty far, I'd say.
Awesome. Yeah, I think
Love it.
a
Awesome.
lot of people underestimate how much luck is involved. They'll be like, I went like 1-4, like I'm terrible, like I don't want to do this ever again. But sometimes you just don't draw the cards. Like I've done like I've also done like 0-3 drops, and I've done like made it all the way, to like the top of these big events. It just depends. Sometimes the cards are with you, sometimes the cards aren't with your opponents, or vice versa. But yeah, that's great. I loved it. You're natural.
Perfect.
You're natural. That was perfect.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I think that's it for me. Alvin, do you got anything else from you?
No, just want to thank everybody for tuning in today, and to our guests, Lorcana Duo Patrick. Guys, if you don't already follow Lorcana Duo on the socials, they're going to be plugged in down below in the description.
Yes,
all the
sir.
socials, Lorcana Duo,
Everything.
everything
Lorcana
you
Duo.
can think of.
Yep.
MySpace,
Special shout out to
Instagram.
Monica, my wife, because she is the anchor to everything. She does a lot of the content, helps me stay on track, and she pushes me to keep playing and do better, even if I'm not feeling it. Yeah,
Love that.
support this
Shout
stuff,
out to
and Monica's my biggest one.
Shout out. Yeah, no, that was good that you remembered that. You may have been sleeping on the couch if you didn't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, thank you guys. We will see you guys in the next episode. But yeah, peace.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Peace. Yeah. What the heck?
I'm gonna leave that in.
Why does that happen? Is it the peace sign?
I don't know. How do you do that?
No idea. Oh, what the heck? Wait,